Hello all, I have kind of a fun little video to do. I haven't done kind of a showcase of something that I've actually finished in a very long time. But this is done, I think, unless I uncover a lot of mistakes during this video, but I'm really hoping I haven't, because I'm actually pretty excited about this. I have been struggling with this for a very long time. It's been a very long time of trying to get a transponder locator that I like. As you may know, I don't like using other people's stuff, especially like microcontrollers and things like that. I'd much rather go and make my own thing and kind of make it my own. As well, there's also just not many transponder locators I found on the actual workshop. So this one is going to be uploaded. I'm just making this a little bit earlier before I actually upload it, but I have everything done for that. It's pretty small. It definitely comes with a little bit of stuff. It does have a radar. That is the old one as well as some other little things. But all in all, it's actually a pretty simple system. So this is what you'll actually get whenever you download it. Just a little platform with this, and you can literally just drag and drop this into your build. The only thing that you have to keep in mind of is the physics sensor has to be facing this direction with the arrows that way, and this radar has to be facing forwards with the rotation, I think, going solid right. So it has to be spinning clockwise if I'm looking at it this way. The rest of it is up to you. You can throw it all wherever you want. Pretty simple. And some of this stuff you don't even really need, but it'll just have extra buttons not working. But yeah, we'll just kind of get into the operation and how it all works. I can show you how to hook it up after this. It's very simple. And I do have a transponder way out there at multiplayer. So that's about where I can reach right now. From here, so I can get a reach of about 10 kilometers. I can go a little bit further than that, an extra 2. That's as far as the circle will actually show me on the display, but I can go from, I think the max I've seen written down is like 115 kilometers, so you can get pretty damn far, but it will only show you one transponder at a time. I was trying to make it a way so that I could have like a library of all the different ones and kind of distinguish upon like the different signals that I'm getting, but that just didn't work out. So this is kind of what I'm stuck with, and it's not bad. So nothing works, everything's dead until you press the power button, then it all turns on. It'll take a minute to actually get anything, and there we go. So we've picked up a signal, bearing 355, so that is over that direction. I don't know if I have some, I think I have something over there. I don't quite know. Apparently there's something. That is the distance, so it is 7,400 meters away, and its bearing is 355, or 356, I believe that is. This is our heading. So that's just saying which direction we're going. These are very simple. These are just zoom in and out buttons, so you can see where you're actually looking. This, you might not actually be able to see it. Oh, it's not actually drawing them right now. Or no, it is drawing them, but see how far away that is? So we're going to be maxed out on the range. So we got to zoom all the way out to actually see our circle. So there you go. So now we can see that circle. So as you can see, it's kind of going between yellow and red. So red is a circle around us the entire time, showing kind of where that outside area is. So this is somewhere inside of this zone, and as we get closer to it, what it's going to do is that zone's going to get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller until we get right over top of it. This zone has about a 10-kilometer range, so we can still go a little bit further than that. This little light at the bottom indicates how far away it is. It doesn't have an actual number with it, but it's just kind of a visualization thing. So it'll slowly go into green, and if you're really far away, it'll go red. This doesn't have a clamp, so this one you could actually be picking up from like 115 kilometers out. And that's where it actually turns its brightest red. So yeah, that's just kind of an extra thing. If there's really nothing going on, you can follow that, because this is going to be quite difficult to kind of lock in on if you're further away. But yeah, so back to this, as you can see, it's kind of going, and that yellow, what it is it's showing where you last were, and then it fades out. So if we're moving, we'll be moving this red line, or a circle will be moving with us, and then if we're moving, let's just say we're going south, the yellow will pinpoint where we last were, and it'll stay there, and then it'll slowly fade out. So you can kind of see like a progress of where you're going and how big it was compared to how big it is now. So you can kind of tell if you're on the right track or not. And this button here changes, you can see there's a 2 there, that changes how quickly it actually fades in and out. So if I'm in a really big search radius, I might not want it to be updating really quickly. I might actually want it all the way out here. I might want it even smaller, 4, so that I can see more progress before it updates. So that's going to take quite a while for it to change, and then it goes dupe, and there we go. So 4 is the biggest, and then it just goes back to 1, and that's really quick, as you can see there. So that's just kind of a fun little thing. This button here, the little swiggly thing here, turns red. Everything turns off. That is your transponder. So that is turning on your own transponder, and nothing else will turn on, basically, because then you'll just be picking up your own signal, and it will just zoom in really small, so that's kind of yourself. And then if you turn it off, it takes a second to reset, and then it does. The only reason it takes a minute to reset everything is because this radar has to make a full circle, and it has to go slow enough where it can pick everything up and give me all the info and everything I need. So I don't want to just make it spin around really quick. So it does just have a little bit of a refresh rate, which isn't actually that bad. But yeah, so that's far away. This one might actually be further. We might actually have this one, oh no, we won't. We'll go in here, and what I have here is our new little boat here, and then I just have a transponder connected to it. The one thing that got me, I actually thought the thing was broken. We'll see if that updates. There we go. So we've got a new one, and it's kind of ping-ponging, I think. Is it? Oh, it did for a second there. This one's closer, so it's going to go to this one. So that doesn't work out as well. I'm not going to track it down or anything like that right now, but there is something out there. I do have one far away though, but it does work. But yeah, so I do actually have one connected to a boat, but I'll just quickly show you kind of how to integrate this into your own builds if you want. I do like a little bit of credit, just like a link to the workshop page or something if you do use this, as I am uploading it to the workshop. But yeah, we'll just get into kind of how to hook it into your own stuff. So again, this is what it will be whenever you download it. I could actually connect a battery just for people who use batteries or whatever like that, just so it has everything. If we turn on the arrow button here on the right, you are able to see the directions everything has to be whenever it goes in your build. So if I'm building a boat, this all has to be facing the bow this direction. So that's all very important for any of this to work. These things you can put wherever you want. You can put it anywhere. It's kind of nice to just keep it in a clump together, but it can go wherever as long as it's all facing the exact same direction. It's all very easily labeled, so I can just take this controller. There is a debug section here, but that's more kind of for me things. If I ever have to change anything, it gives me a list of a ton of debugs that I have to do to figure out what's wrong with it. There we go. Or it's just none. Or a pulse. That pulse is kind of nice to have though. So really nothing in there that you need, but this stuff. So this is very simple. Your screen is up to you, so I don't have a signal for that, but I just kind of like the screen on because it's got a secondary kind of turn on part to it. The rest of it is here. So we'll start with the video. So you connect your video in, just like that. Your composite touch. We'll come over here to your touch data, and it does have a little description under it so you can see what it actually connects to. This only works for a 1x2 monitor. It does not work for anything else, so keep that in mind. You do have to use the old radar for it, so that's just all here. The target distance comes in through here. The yaw direction comes right here for facing yaw. And then we've got the transponder locator, so that actually connects directly to the transponder pulse. Oh, actually, wait, no, it might not. Oh no, the transponder goes to transponder. And that will go there to transponder. Locator will go to the transponder locator active. The ping goes to your target found. And it does actually say that connect to target found on off on the radar, so it does tell you exactly where to connect the things. And as long as it's going the right direction, everything will work. And transponder locator, I never connected that. After that, you'll need your physics sensor, and then that's it. And theoretically, if everything's hooked up and connected correctly, it all works, and it should work correctly. So we can go ahead and press this, give it a second to calibrate, and hopefully it finds something. There you go, so it found something. It's far away, over 7,500 meters away. That does kind of flicker. It's give or take about 50 meters for that, so none of this is perfect, but it's about as close as really you can get it for this. But yeah, so that all works. And then for putting it in, yeah, any use case you put this in, it's going to be the exact same. You could put this underwater, you could put it underneath a build, whatever. Just make sure that the arrows are still facing the exact same direction that they come in. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this. Kind of a fun little thing. I'm going to put this in all of my search and rescue vehicles. So I'm going to start by putting that in the search and rescue helicopter, put it in the little boat. I might try and find a spot for the little bird, and all the future builds will have this as well. So we're going to slowly try and make things work a little bit better and actually have some more use case for rescue missions. So yeah, we'll go ahead and end it there. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoy. A link to this build will be in the description below so you guys can enjoy it. But yeah, thanks for watching.